Alright, guys, so welcome back to yet another episode of DSA Python series. And today we will be talking about longest common prefix. Okay, guys, it's an easy question. Okay, so let's try out that. Okay, let's try. So let's read out the question first. Okay, write a function to find the longest common prefix string. So we are doing string chapter. Okay, and we are supposed to write a function to find the longest common prefix string among an array of string. If there is no common prefix, return an empty string. So here are some examples given. Okay, so let's say my input is this flower, flow, and flight. Okay, so my output will be common prefix. Okay, FL is the common in all. All right. So what do we have to do? We just have to take the first letter and compare it with the different strings, or you can say, yeah. So that's how we will try to do it. Okay, so let's try writing the code first. Okay. Mm, what I'll do is, what is coming to my mind is, um, if I convert this string into a list first, and then I'll have a different position. STRS is basically, is it a list? We'll just check whether it's a list or not. Okay. So first of all, I'll have to iterate, right? Um, so first of all, I'll find the length of the string. Okay, and if that length is 0, okay, then I'll just return an empty list. Okay, and I'll take one, say, a result where I'll iterate uh, all the string, and I'll try to check the for that word in that string, let's try doing that. Okay. Uh, First of all, I'll just for I in range 0 to n. Okay. Len is equal to len of strs. Okay. Yeah, Sagar, I didn't, man. I didn't try as of now. Okay. I'll try it and let you know. So I have this. Now what I'll do, I'll try to find a word in that strs. Okay. And if my so let us consider one base string, or uh, where we have to compare the letter. Okay. So let's say my base is strs of 0. Okay. So if strs of 0 means, let's say this d. Okay. And if I iterate from 0 to that uh, f, I mean that d, if I have to iterate up to that d only, means that first letter, I'll just find for word in the next word I'll try to find. Okay, for word in strs of from I colon. Okay, I mean from 1. Okay. And if I equals that length of the word. Okay. Not yet. Okay, so let's try writing the code. Okay, simply for I in range 0 to, let's say I have this. Let's say my base is equal to strs of 0. Okay. I'll just iterate up to length of base. Okay, and then I will say for word in the next, right, in strs of 1. Okay, forward in strs of 1 and more. Okay, because I have taken this strs of 0. So if I is equal to len of base, okay, or no, that I should be equal to length of that word, okay, or that word of I is not equal to base of I, or this should be word, or word of I is not equal to base of I. Okay, if they are uh, not equal, then I'll just return result. Just return result. What is my result? Let's see my result. And my result is equal to, I'll just consider this empty set. Okay, so this question is a little bit tricky. I mean, if you are not okay with strings, then it might find difficult. Okay. So I'll just return result. Okay. Just need to rewrite the code again. Say my result is equal to empty, and let's say my base is equal to strs of 0 for I in range 0 to len of base. Okay. forward in strs of 1 to strs 1 to last. If my word of I is not equal to base of I, okay, and I should word of I, if my word of I is not equal to base, if my word of I is not equal to that, I'll just return result. Okay, I need to log in once again. Okay. So we were on strings, right? Strings. And longest, what was the longest common prefix? This one. Okay. Okay. Just try to execute it. Okay. So it is wrong answer. I will just put one more condition. If my word of I is not equal to base of I, okay. If I should be equal to length of word. If my word, okay, or either of the two, if it satisfies, then I'll just return the result. Okay. I think this must give the result. Expected is FL. Okay. 0. Okay, my output is coming empty set, empty string. So if my length of strs is 0, then I'll just return empty set. No, that one edge case we can consider. If length strs 0, return this. Indentation. Okay. So I'll just be returning the result. For I in range 0 to length of base. Okay. So my base is as of now f. Okay. And I then I'll find that word next word in from 1 to end. Okay. So I'll just try to find that word from 1 to end, not I. Okay. And if I equals uh, length of word or word of I is not equal to base of I, I'll just return the result. I think it's pretty okay. So what we are doing is we are actually using first string as the reference and comparing each character with that corresponding characters in all other string. That's what we are doing now. So okay, if that is the condition, then we just have to append that uh, characters into result also, right? We have to do that. Okay, so I'll just write outside that for loop. I'll just say result plus equals base of I. Yeah. I'll just done here result plus equals base I, so it gets added. Okay, and in the end I'll just return result. I think yeah, this is working. Okay, so guys, what we have done is so initially we have taken if length of str is equals 0, it means that we will first check the edge case here, and if that length itself of that string is coming 0, then we will just return an empty string, right? So because if the list is empty, there are no strings to compare, right? That is the case. Okay, so now we will take result equals empty strings, okay, which will create an empty string to store the that common prefix. Okay, so we are actually using result uh, for storing that common prefix letters. Okay, so firstly we are taking this base equals strs of 0. It takes the first string as the reference base. Okay, for example, we have strs equals flower, flow and flight, then the base will be flower. Okay, this whole flower. So base of 0, I mean sorry, base equals strs of 0 means here this whole thing it will be, so we are actually considering this base as strs 0. Okay, uh, so what we will do is we will compare each letter by letter from this base string. Okay, so base will have ith character in this for loop. Okay, here, so what is the length of base here? Here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so length is 5. So I will iterate from 0 to fifth character. Okay, so you can take anything as base. You can take flow also as base. You can take light also as base. All right. So it doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. I'll just Okay, now, so we are here we are traversing I from 0 to length of base, right? Okay, so it will loop through every character index of the base string. So index will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the letters are FLOWER, flower. Okay, so I will be equal to 0, I will be equal to 1, 2, 3. All these things will go on. Okay, so Python will read for word in strs of 1 to end. Okay, 1 colon end means I am checking for every word in str from second index. Second index means, what is my second index? This is my second index. So I need to check from this word in strso. So whatever the words are from this first index to last means this flow will also get covered, flight will also get covered, and if there are many more characters, then they will also get covered in this for loop. This for loop. Okay, that is the idea. Okay, so for that word, now if I equals length of word. Okay, so what is my I? We are traversing from 0 to length of base, that is up to only this 6 character flower. Okay, now I am comparing the length of word. So what is word? Word is, first word is flow here as per the second for loop. Okay, the word here is flow. If that I, okay, I means if that length of days, every time it will check, is equal to length of word. Okay, so if the value of I becomes equal to that length of that second word flow, okay, it means that 4. Or that word of I, what is the word of I? Word of I will be any uh, this thing, the characters of this flow is equal to base of I. Okay, base of I means whatever is the I which is traversing in that base letter. Okay, if these two uh, words doesn't match, then it will return the result. So what is the result as of now? The result is an empty set. Okay, and if for word in str of 1, okay, and if it is matches, then it will just do result plus equals base of I. Okay, so it will just append those letter which are uh, you know which are coming over those which are matching. Okay, so in first iteration the word is flow, right? And in the second iteration the word is flight. Okay, so if I equals length of words, it checks whether we have reached that end of the current word or not. Okay, so example, let's say my base is flower and the word is flow. So index for flow is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when I equals 4, then length of word equals 4. Okay, so it will uh, give the condition true. Okay, it means that flow has no character at index 4, right? So without this check, let's say word of 4 would raise an index error, right? So we immediately return the prefix collected so far. Okay, so that's why we are doing return this thing. Okay, that is why we are doing this return immediately, because because otherwise it will show index error, right? Otherwise it will show index error. And at I equals to base of 2 is equal to O, right? base of 2 will be O, flower, and word of 2 will be I. Okay, and O is not equal to I, right? Word of 2 is I. This word of 2 is I, this one. Okay, since they are not equal, then it will, there is a mismatch found, right? So it will just return the prefix built so far. That is the idea. So little tedious. uh, if you do it 2 to 3 times, then it will get into your head. Okay, so we are actually doing what? We are actually doing comparing the base string. You can take base string as any string. However, we generally take the base string as the first string in strs, that is flower. And we'll compare that flower, each word of flower, with the other two strings by iteration 2 times. That is why we are doing this for word in str of 1 to this, because strs of 0 we have taken 0. Okay, strs of 0 is our flower. Okay, and strs of 1 will be this flow, this flight, and many others which are coming down the order. Okay, that is why I have taken 1 to 1 colon nothing, because if I put anything, then it will restrict to that iteration. Okay, if I put 5 here, then what it will do, after this fifth letter it will not, it will not iterate. That is why I have to give a blank, so that it runs forever. Forever as in, how, whatever is the length of the string, whatever are the words coming here, that will traverse till the end. Okay, so 1 colon, uh, s- this 1 colon nothing is, it means that it will traverse up to end. Okay, so let's try submitting it. Okay guys, so all 126 test cases are passed. Okay, and these are more challenges. If you want to do, then you can start doing it, try it on your own. Okay, and if you want any of these questions to include in this module, then feel free to comment. I'll i'll take these questions in our upcoming discussions. Okay, so every time I am using this word discussion, guys, because this is, I don't this is not a class. I mean, I'm not giving you any kind of lecture. I'm just sharing what I know. Okay, and what I have been learning through, right? And I would encourage you guys to put some, uh, you know do it on your own also. Okay, do this these questions along by side with me. Okay, and post solution. Okay, you can just give an idea if you can do this in any other way. Okay, if you can do this in any other way, then it will be, you know good for us. Okay, we'll learn certain new aspects of any problem, right? So can we do another question, because we still have 15 to 20 minutes left? Okay, we can try out another question also. So let me just see. Okay, I have this one more question. Isomorphic string. Let's try doing it. So let's read the question first. What is isomorphic? Okay. So guys, it is an easy question. So we are given two strings s and t. Determine if they are isomorphic. So two string s and t are isomorphic if the characters in s can be replaced to get t. What it means? All occurrence of character must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of the characters. No two characters may map to the same character, but a character may map to itself. Okay. So input is egg and t is add. So output is true. How? The string s and t can be made identical by mapping e to a, okay, e to a, and g to d. Okay, it means that, yeah. So we can just replace one character so that it gets replaced. Okay, so we will just consider a base string as t, and or you can say the target string. Example 2, you can check here. Input string is f11 and t is b23. So this is false because uh, I can map f to b, but if I map 1 to 2, then other one will, it will give me b to 2. Okay. So if it gives me b to 2, then in the end I'll compare. Okay. In the end I'll compare the target string with my result. Okay, so let's consider this. Result is equal to, let's try doing this, man. And what is my target? Target is, so I just need to return boolean. Okay, so t is my string, that is target. So I just can take f11 and t equals b23. Okay, so what I'll do, s is my input. So I just need to map s so that I get t, right? So I need to compare s and t first. Okay. First of all, the length should be equal. Okay. So if len of s is equal to len of t, then I'll just say continue. If not equal to, okay. If it's not equal to, then it will it will not execute the code. Okay, the below code. And what I'll do, for I in range 0 to n, and n is equal to len of s, for j in range 0 to m is equal to len of t. Okay, let's let's do in this fashion. Okay, what I'll do is I'll first compare. uh, I just want the letters of T to get compared with the letters of S, right? So I just want letter of T, and I'll try to map that letter of S to get T. So let's say my first this thing. Okay, so I'll just replace J to S of I, or I can just take another string temp. Okay, temp will be equal to S. Okay, temp is equal to S. Okay, and I'll just try to convert this temp. Excuse me. What if I take some dictionary? Okay, let's say if I take a dictionary, then okay, so if I say if I take a dictionary, then uh, I'll just find character S in that hash map, and if if mapping of that character s is not equal to character of t, then I will return false. So let's do on those lines. uh, I'll just say character of s. Let's say I assume this character of s is equal to s of I, and character of t is equal to t of I. All right. And if character s in that dictionary, okay, if I try to find, I'll just say mapping stats. Okay, let's say I am taking this as a dictionary, and I'll just ask if character s in that dictionary, then uh, if character x s is found in that dictionary, then what I'll try to do, uh, I have to take one more dictionary. uh, let's say we consider that name of dictionary as map. I'll map t to s. Okay, map t to s is equal to, this is one more dictionary. uh, what I'll do is, if character s in this mapping stats, okay, if character s, so I'll just write something here. mapping Mapping s to t, right? Char s is equal to, no, mapping is single equal to char of t, right? And if char of t in mapping t to s, okay, no, now we will check whether character t is available in map t to s. Okay, and if mapping char t is not equal to char of s, then it will return false. Okay, so if char t in mapping this in this, sorry, here, char t in this, then what we will check? We will just check if mapping char t is not equal to char of s. If it is not possible, if mapping char t, sorry, is not equal to char s, then what? I'll just return false, right? Immediately I'll return false, and else mapping char t is equal to char of s, I'll return true. So I'll just say I'll just return true, right? I'll just return true. Is anything missing? One more condition I have to check. Mapping of char s is not equal to char of t here. Here, if mapping char t is not equal to char s, then what I'll do? I'll just return false. Sorry, char h should be char s and char t. Else I say mapping char s is equal to char t. Okay. So I'll just say else mapping char s is equal to char t, right? Is it coming? Okay. Mapping is not defined. So I'll just say mapping is equal to this. List indices must be integers or slices, not string. Okay. I don't find it easy, this isomorphic string. Rather, they have said it as easy. It's little tedious. It's more than you can consider it as lowest part of medium question. Okay, so I don't find it easy. It should not come under that easy tagging. Okay, let's remove this. Sukun endless. Hello. Invincible man 8728. Hi. Hello guys. Can somebody Suggest me what is going wrong in this. Can anybody? Uh, can somebody try it? Isomorphic string. So all occurrence of character must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of characters. Okay. No two characters may map to the same character, but a character may map to itself. Isomorphic strings. Given two strings st, determine if they are isomorphic. Two strings s and t are isomorphic if the character in s can be replaced. So basically, we want to replace the character. Okay. Let's try to dry run. Let's try to dry run, guys. Okay. So for I in range 0 to n, char of s equals s of I. Okay, so s of I, let's say my I is 0, so s of I is e, right? And char of t is t of I. And character t at I equals 0 is a. Okay. If mapping, so mapping is, I'm considering this as a list. However, it is throwing some sort of some runtime error. Okay, let's think about that later. Let's dry run it where we are going false if mapping char of s is not equal to char of t. Okay, so what I've done is okay, should I take this also as dictionary and try to execute it? Okay, so if mapping char of s equals char of t, okay, sorry, is not equal to, let's say, so e and a is they are not equal. Yes. So mapping of char of s. So just we will go to here. Mapping of, so char s is a character. Okay. So let's S to T and T to S. Let's say I just put this S to T. Okay. S to T. S to T. This is S to T. And this is mapping T to S. Let's do like this. Mapping T to S. Okay. If mapping, so we will first check mapping from S to T. Okay. So mapping S to T. Let's check the mapping S to T. Okay. So if mapping mapping S to T means I need to check if that character S in is there in mapping S to T or not. Okay. If character S. Okay. If my character S in S to T. Okay. In char S in mapping okay. And mapping S to T char S is not equal to char of T, right? So we'll just return false. Else S to T S to T else mapping S to T char of S is equal to char of T. Okay. Then we will check mapping from T to S. Let's do mapping from T to S. Okay, is there any comment? Okay, Sameep Acharya is suggesting something. Check if in mapping first. Yeah. Okay. So mapping from T to S means if character T in T to S, right? I have to check. So if character T in mapping T to S. Okay. Now I have to find the character T in the other dictionary. Okay. And if T to S uh, character T is not equal to character of S, right? So if mapping T to S no, else mapping T to S why I'm considering all these variables, because it will be easy for us to understand what exactly are a variable, because this is some confusion is going on, right? We are not able to interpret the code. Okay, so else part this, and in the end I'll just return this. I think this might work. Instead, if mapping is to t. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'll just have to. Hmm. But case one is coming correct. What is going wrong? Output is coming true. Egg and add, this is coming true. Correct. Output is true. But what about this case? S is foo, T is bar. Output is true. Expected is false. What is wrong in this code then? So, any suggestions, guys? If care of T in mapping T2S, if mapping T2S, care, I'll return false. If care is in mapping T2S, if mapping S to T, mapping S to T, care S is not equal to care T. I'll just return false, else S to T, mapping S to T, care S is equal to care T, care S is equal to care T. Checking mapping from T to S, okay. If care T in mapping T2S, mapping T2S, care T in mapping T2S, if T2S mapping T2S care T is not equal to care of S, I'll just return false, else mapping T2S care T is equal to care S. I'll just return true in the end. So this is not required. This case 3 it is coming true. Why? Okay, else should be outside the block. Else should be outside the block. So Samip, we have two else statement. This is okay, no? This else is so care of. Are we missing one else? No. Okay, you are saying this else should be out of. All right, all right. Yeah. Yes, yes. This else should be outside this block. Yeah. Yeah. And should be equal to, not equal to. Okay, is it? Okay, this one. Yeah. Yeah. In else, we have to put not equal to. Yeah. If mapping is not equal to. Yeah. Okay, this was. Okay, here. Yeah. Right, right, right. Exactly. This should work. All right. So, guys, this is working. Yes, it's working now. So, guys, I want such suggestions from your side so that it keeps you engaged with me, right? So we just consider it as a study circle where we are studying along the coding and you know talking about AI and all those stuffs as well. Okay. So yeah, let us try submitting the code first. Okay, so this gets accepted. All 48 test cases are passed. So this is the, I would say, a little, you know, uh, tricky question. Okay, little bit of a tricky question it was. So let's revisit the code, guys. Okay, uh, I'll just put this. So we have So we actually want the function should return true if they are isomorphic, right? And false otherwise. So first of all, we are taking an empty dictionary. We are creating an empty dictionary that is mapping STOT, S to T, I would say. Okay, S to T. So what it will become? E colon A, then G colon D, likewise. Okay. So it will create a pair of dictionary that is key value pair. Okay. Then we will just loop over every index for I in range 0 to n. Okay. So indices will be from 0 to 4. Okay. And we have considered char of I is equal to S of I and char of T is equal to T of I, right? So part 1 is mapping S to T. Okay. So if char S in mapping S to T, then it will just ask, have I seen this character as before? Okay. So my current dictionary is whatever E to A, G colon D. Okay. And my current character is, let's say, G. So is G present? So it will say yes. So it will then execute uh, if mapping stats, if mapping S to T, character S is not equal to character of T. Okay. It means that what was G mapped to earlier? Okay. So suppose the dictionary says G mapped to D, then current character is G mapped to D. So no problem, it will continue. But suppose G map is mapped to X, okay, and current mapping is G to D. Now X is not equal to D, right? So this is illegal. So immediately Python will return false. So that is the idea, okay. And in the else part, we have mapping S to T, character S equals character of T. So if this character has never appeared before, stored in its mapping, then dictionary will become, let's say, E colon A. Okay. So that is how it will work. Now mapping T to S will do exactly reverse. So if character of T in mapping T to S, then ask, has this character in T appeared before? Okay. So example, in the dictionary I have A colon E and D colon G, right? So if my current character T is D, so it means that yes, right? It has appeared. So now it will check if mapping T to S, character of T is not equal to character of S. So dictionary says if D D to G is mapped and current is D to G, then it is correct. So it will continue. Suppose instead the dictionary says D to G is mapped, but current is D to X. Okay. So now G is not equal to X. So it is not allowed. So it will return again false. So this is how it will work. So both the cases are similar. We are just doing one S to T and then T to S. Okay. I think this explanation might explain what that idea says, right? So guys, I hope this explanation uh, is correct and this works well. So guys, please share this video to your friends. Okay, invite them also to our discussion, right? It will create a good community of us studying every night through 11 p.m. to approximately 1.5 hours. Okay, 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Maybe we'll extend it to 2 hours. If more people are coming, then we'll extend it to 2 hours. Let's do it. Let's try cracking good product based companies, right? I know you people are also working hard to get good job, getting heavy good packages. Okay, so this does not end here. Okay, we will again be coming back tomorrow, same time, 11 p.m. Okay, and call other people also, call your peers. Let's join the conversation together. Okay, and let's make it to a very good product based companies. Let's say target of 6 months to 8 months. Okay, let's do that, guys. Okay, so this is all for today. Okay, so we did we did these two questions, longest common prefix and isomorphic string. Okay, try doing these two questions alone, guys. Okay, just try it on your own. Okay, and if you've got any uh, issues, then we will again discuss in between. Yeah, Samip Acharya, bye bye, good night. I'm also going, guys. Okay, so keep studying and keep practicing and keep come back tomorrow at 11 p.m. sharp. Okay, till then, bye bye and take care.